it's Glenda, and I wanted to show you today how I made this soap gumballs. They're made with cold processed soap dough, of which I have a little bit here in white. To help me give me the overall round shape, I use this rollers. I made this with polymer clay. So they come in together, and then I just pretty much roll it like this. So first I'm just going to try to give the soap dough an just like a bulk shape that will fit into the half of this, and this will give me an idea if I have about the correct amount. So first I roll them between the two of them, and I will start, if I have too much, it starts collecting on the edges. Then I get this, which is good, but it's still rough around the edges. So I usually come and with my palm, the curved side of my palm, I start rolling softly so that it starts taking the shape of one of the halves of the tool. And then I start seeing more soap to come on the sides. And I'll use the other half and just roll it back and forth, and it slowly is taking the round shape that I need, and the excess is coming on one of the edges. So I switch its size and I keep rolling, and the excess again starts accumulating there, and I just remove it and I keep going. So this is pretty much what it looks like. Now this soap dough, I didn't soften it enough, so it does have that texture. And I'm just gonna finish it by some quick round movements in my palm. And that's it. If you don't have something like this, I will just roll it in between my palms. And I actually did that with some of them to make different sizes. So I have here just a piece of soap dough, which is some leftover soap. So I will start by just putting this lump in the center of my palm, and with this other hand rolling it. So the one that's moving is the one on the top, and it's moving in a circular quick motion. This usually, if I do it too much, is gonna give me a cone shape on both ends. I'll show you. But you can begin to see how it's getting pointy here and there instead of round. So at that point, I will flip it and then do the same. And here again, you can see that conical shape. So what you do is that then you start rolling, instead of on the center of the palm, you start rolling on this side or on this side. The idea is somewhere where it's somewhat flat, and you just roll in small circular motion. And as you can see, a small ball shape is beginning to form. And if you're putting this on top of soap, it doesn't have to be perfect, because some of this is gonna go inside the soap. So I will actually stop at this point and let it be. It is not a perfect gumball the way you would if you use a mold, but in my case I don't have a mold and I don't want to buy one at this point, since I'm mostly making one-of-a-kind soaps at the time. Okay, so this is what it looks like after washing it, and I'm gonna let it cure for a couple weeks. And after it cures, I'm gonna dip it into some clear melting pour to give it a sort of like a shiny look. So after about a week, they're ready, and I have here some clear melting pour. I recommend that you have more than you are going to need to do a proper coverage, and that you warm it up enough so that it doesn't get cold easily. I pretty much just dip it and then I let it drip, and then I place it on the edge of the cutting board in a way that the hole made by the skewer will be covered by the excess melting point that is going to be draining down. This step is optional, but it does give you a more realistic look. Anyway, thank you for visiting and see you next time.